Thank you, sir. My question is to the Minister of Education, and it asks, as at 8 February 2011, how many reports had she requested regarding the cost of sending children to school, and what did these reports tell her?
The Honourable Tony Ryall.
Mr Speaker, on behalf of the Minister of Education, I've requested numerous reports in my time as Minister of Education regarding the cost of sending children to school in the state sector. These have included reports around the costs of school transport, children with special needs, and also reports regarding integrated schools, private schools and early childhood education. These reports show that there are numerous cost pressures in the public education system.
The Honourable Darren Hughes.
What action will she take in response to a report from Māngere Budget and Family Support Services, who have seen a stream of families needing help with the cost of sending their children to school this year, particularly as they saw many people who had traditionally been able to cope with school costs and were now struggling?
The Honourable Tony Ryall.
Well, Mr Speaker, on behalf of the Minister, most schools really do make an effort to try and keep these costs reasonable for parents. And if parents are struggling, as some will be, I would suggest that they talk to the school directly. The Ministry of Social Development may also be able to help.
The Honourable Darren Hughes.
Has she sought any advice about what is causing the number of struggling families applying for the work and income school uniform grants he's referred to have jumped by 70% since John Key's government came to power?
The Honourable Tony Ryall.
Mr Speaker, on behalf of the Minister of Education, there is no doubt that the global financial crisis has put a huge pressure on New Zealand families. And the start of the school year is always an expensive time for families. And those families who are having trouble, schools are able to assist, whether they've got a number of other parents who are able to support with making second-hand uniforms available. Similarly, the Ministry of Social Development is able to provide support.
The Honourable Darren Hughes.
Order, Mr Speaker.
Order.
Point of order.
Point of order, the Honourable Darren
Speaker,
Hughes.
I understand it's a bit difficult when there's a minister answering on behalf of another minister, but my question was, has she sought any advice about what was causing a certain set of circumstances, and the minister wasn't able to tell us whether that was something that the minister was concerned enough about to have sought advice on? I mean, if he doesn't have an answer because he's...
No, order. In answering the question, the Minister expressed a view of what was causing the... and I'm sure his views are based on advice. Ministers receive a range of advice. So the member has further supplementary questions.
Supplementary question, sir. Does she believe it is reasonable for an East Auckland family to have to spend more than $800 on the basics for their 5-year-old's first year at a public school, contributing to their cost of living pressures at a time when prices are rising faster than wages?
The Honourable Tony Ryall.
Mr Speaker, on behalf of the Minister of Education, it's not unusual for this to be an expensive time of the year, despite whatever the government is. I must say it does sound very out of the ordinary that it should be $800 for new expenses to get your kids equipped to go to a public private school. But it is an expensive time of year. Schools do what they do to help. The Ministry of Social Development is able to help, and it is the same sort of assistance that was able to be get when the previous government was in office.
Question number 11, Gareth Hughes.